Welcome to Melanated Conversations, our narrative from our perspective.
Here on the podcast, we are amplifying the voices of Black women and sharing their powerful stories of transformation.
I'm Tyrion.
And I'm Yana. Let's start the show. Welcome back to another episode of Melanated Conversations. I'm your co-host, Yana.
And I am your co-host, Tyrion. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, what's up? It's been a minute since we, had a time to just be us.
Mm-hmm.
Thought we would just, settle down for a moment and just check in with y'all and see how y'all are faring in the land right now on the earth.
Right? Come to you on the earth.
On earth.
How's it going on planet Earth?
It ain't as in heaven. I know that much.
Man, I'm telling you. As Erica Badu said, and the baby should have just said, ladies, how y'all feeling, fellas? Y'all all right?
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that and just, give y'all a brief update of where we are.
Yeah.
Since our separation. Still got a little separation anxiety. We'll talk about that here in a moment. Y'all know what we do though. We like to always kickstart things with a little fun, some games. So that ain't changed.
Never changes. We always up for some games.
Game.
Game.
All right, Terry. I know you got the question. So
For sure. You already know. Like we always do. We're gonna play a little round of Would You Rather. So Yana, you ready?
I'm never ready for your questions, but yeah, since we
You know I always got a good one
I know.
in there for you. I'm gonna start off.
Hopefully it ain't food related.
Well, we gonna we'll, just just keep living. The first question is not food related. I'll just say that. Would you rather lose all of the money that
Hold on, time out. Pause. I didn't mean to cut you. I thought the way you said that, I thought you were about to say lose all. I'm not gonna lose all.
you put a scratch on all? No,
Start up.
we're not-
My bad. Go ahead.
no, you're good. We're not gonna lose any body parts. Would you rather lose all the money that you've earned this year or lose all the memories that you've gained this year?
Oh, I think you did. It does. I think
Stop
we did.
me.
Yes, yeah, we did. Yes.
Okay.
And I was like, the memory,
But that
just this year.
yeah, the memory. Just this year.
Yeah.
You take the money. You take the memories.
I
You lose the memories.
because the things that I remember ain't good memory.
Got you. I 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 got you.
So I know that sounds so like, oh, she all about the money. In this case, I am.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially if your memories ain't been on. Yeah, no. Take the money and run. Take the money and run. That's fair. That's fair. And I think we did, but yeah, no, we didn't take the money and run. That's not what I meant when I said I think we did. But no, I'm gonna take the memory.
Oh, you so good.
Yeah. Although there's some of these memories, you throw them back. Throw the memories back. Some of these memories can definitely get through back. But it's been some really good memories, I think, that have happened this year, even though it's been crazy. So
Yeah, it has been. I think I'm just so clouded. I gotta do better with that. I'm just so clouded with the negative right now. It's just
no,
full force on the brain.
no,
And
I mean, you're being a realist though, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't say it's negativity. You're being honest.
true.
You're being honest, and you're being honest
But
to your
money can always be replaced, but memories can't. I know we talked about this
True.
before. Maybe I'm just thinking too deep into this. It's kind of hard in a sense, but also it's not. Because again, I don't know. But I've already said money, so
I'm going to say, stick the final answer. Money.
I'm sticking with the green. Not the green, but the green is
Listen, between the two of us, we got money and memories, okay?
money.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Shit, keep it pushing. All right, I got another. Keep it pushing. I got another one for you. This one is food, lady, because you know so that's
Of course it is.
Would you rather have the only beverage that you can drink be water or the only food that you can eat be salad? Salad.
Okay, does it vary what kind of water or just straight water? Can it be a little sparkling here, there?
I think for I think for the sake of the question, because I already know you was gonna try to find a loophole. Just water, flat.
Phew. Okay, I'ma just go. And my husband gonna say something about this because he know how hard it is for me to be consistent with my water drinking. I gotta ask my water up. I gotta do some fruit infused. I gotta have a little bubbly in my water.
Yeah,
But ooh, that flat,
flat,
flat
flat,
room temperature water.
flat, like the bottom of my feet, flat.
Oh, that's like the equivalent of somebody scratching a old school chalkboard and it's like water.
Or no, but
Not even
you have the
tea in your water. Not even put your herb tea.
but you also have the option. You can say, no, I'm gonna drink whatever I want to drink, but then whatever I eat, it has to be on.
No, because the food is there. There is no way around that. I'm having to go with the. That's just why I'm betting so hard about
Oh,
the water.
okay.
I'm going with the water so I can eat whatever I want to eat.
I got you. I got you. Okay,
You're not
okay.
going to take the joy away from me of the flavors of the world. Water is universal, universal.
Got it.
But these cuisines are not.
No, you were absolutely right.
And I need to experience that is a love language for me in my livelihood. That is self-care.
No, that's real. Listen, God didn't give us taste buds for no reason. So I feel you.
I'm gonna drink the flat water, but them flavors gonna be packed with flavor. Cause something gotta give. I'm gonna have to juice them berries.
Eat a piece of candy and then wash it down with some water.
I'm gonna have to juice them berries as I eat them and try to do something that way. But yeah, don't push my
Okay.
plate away from me.
No, that's fair. And I'm there with you 100%. I agree. Same thing. I'll drink water all day long. Salad, I have to be in the mood for a salad. And I need all the food.
Right, because I've been doing what this is supposed to be day 3 of salad. Just the thought of thinking about another salad today.
It start making you mad after a while. It really like you go down those roads and you be like, this again, another one.
Only so many combinations. I mean, I guess there's a lot of salad combinations,
Yeah, true.
but the greens only stay green for so long.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to throw them greens into a skillet and do something. Can you make a hot salad?
Yeah, something. You probably could. You could put some spinach and maybe like wilt them down.
But is it a salad anymore? It's just a side of steamed or sauteed spinach at that point. It's not a salad.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
You'll be regular though. I'll tell you that much. But I want to.
That's true.
With the water, you'll be real hot. So I guess with the water though, it is more beneficial when you think
Yes.
like your skin and your health in that way. We are, what they say about water. Oh, I just like a little drop of something in it every now and then. But
I was like, they gotta give up my wine and my cocktail. But yeah, that's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
okay, yeah, that was a long-winded way of me saying water. Because I just have to put up a fight. I just
No, I know.
You say I got to give up something.
Because you can almost say the same thing about salad too. You could be like, okay, salad, because it's just I said you eat salad with potato salad, pasta salad, but salad for the sake of the question. It's just
Right.
got to be a salad. So
I'm sorry if my stomach is growling, y'all. We talking
I'm
about
like,
I didn't have breakfast yet. That's another thing that brings us to the separation. We in 2 different time zones and we still trying to get acclimated on like, is it time? Is it time to record? Like, oh my gosh, is it time to record? Like, man, I still gotta
I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm ready. And I text y'all, and I was like, we finna hop on? And you was like, yeah. And this time my class,
Like, I'm hopping out of the bed. What you mean?
a whole hour and just, yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
East Coast time. You on that East? Is it Eastern? Yeah, Eastern time.
Yeah, it's Eastern time though. And I think it's funny because it's like it's not that big of a time difference, right? Like it's not a couple of hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours.
Right.
Like it's an hour. It's an hour, and we can't figure it out. We can't figure it out.
I think it's because we are also home executives. You know, we got to manage these kids' schedules too.
Okay.
And we have like a little window of time that we set aside for recording and other activities. And that 1 hour can make a bit of a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It can make a huge difference. Huge difference. Yeah, like y'all just said, especially with, kids are back in school and, making sure folks are up and ready and getting them out the door and get
Mhm.
to their respective campuses and all the other stuff. Man, that window of where we've carved out for Jan and I to do business, and then it's what do you call it? It's staggered basically.
Yes.
So yeah, we figuring it out, but we're here. We're here.
Yeah, we here. So if our energy is kind of low, like lopsided, it ain't Terry, it is me.
No,
I'm still trying to
no.
take I'm about to say my sea legs. It's still
Still a little early for Yana. Still a little year early. I've been up since that's not that that's I'm not bragging because
typically an early bird.
I would say you are, yeah.
I'm trying to get adjusted. When you got one in high school, geez. Y'all, high school parents didn't warn me that it for this. I just don't remember. We are at what? In our first full week of school.
Yeah.
And I'm already tired. I'm trying to get schedules aligned. It's just I'm not trying to complain, but
Oh, yeah.
it's a big adjustment when you have a kid going that's in high school. I keep saying going to high school. She in high school.
She's in it.
And then I think the emotional side of it of like my baby on the other side of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
leaving. Like she on the other side.
You know the others. She's got less years left at home than she does.
And I feel like the high school years go by the quickest. Those last 4 years are faster than the first 4 years.
Agreed. I don't have
I ain't went through the last 5 years. No, but
no, I mean, but you're right. I mean, we're in back to school season, and we post our back to school photos of our kids, and it's crazy. Like I've been seeing parents post their back to school posts. I'm like, how is your child 18? Because yesterday they was 4. I remember they was starting their first day in kindergarten, and they're starting their senior year. Like it's happening. So like kids are growing, and I don't know if that's just something like as parents. When you have kids, like you start to realize how fast kids grow up, or is it just I don't know. These kids are
yeah,
growing up in like 3 to 5 business days.
they really are. 'Cause I look back, you know how when you watch a show and they do like the flashback of the season.
Yes.
I had the flashback of our years here before I dropped her off. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we've been here since she was in first grade.
That's crazy. I didn't realize. Yo.
And now she a whole high school.
But you know what? Because I was doing I was flashing back through my phone, my pictures on my phone. I have 2 photos. I found a photo of our 2 youngest friends at Zoe's birthday party. And I was like, they was barely toddlers, but they were so little. And then it was another picture. I don't know if it wasn't the same. No, it was probably maybe the year before that. They were all at the house sitting on Zoe's bed. Alyssa, this was before, not Alyssa, this was before Alyssa, but it was Autumn,
Mm-hmm.
Zoe, and Arian sitting on Zoe's bed. And Arian was like itty bitty.
Even looking back from ninth grade, I mean, from she's ninth grade now, but looking back from fifth grade, ninth grade, like that's a big go. Like
You
you
don't
never
do that.
realize how big of a transition that is. I'm telling you, they still like kids in 5th grade, but there's something about once they hit 6 through 8, it's just
Already. Go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My child last year. This is my no, this is my child's last year in elementary school. Like I just, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
So this is something I thought about, and I wanted to get your opinion on this because
Yes.
and so yeah, I've been home from corporate now, but 2 years, which that even seems crazy that it's been 2 years. But the expectation was never to be fully at home like I was going to do, like for my own business, doing consulting work, which I have been.
Right.
But now I'm at this crossroads, which another thing has kind of like tapped me, which I'll do a bit about that later.
I was gonna say, oh, do tell.
But I also been thinking about from the standpoint of remaining at home full time, more so as I don't know if there's a terminology for it, but for late stay at home mom versus early stay at home mom, being that those who stay at home with their children, when they first have them up until
Yeah.
they go to school versus those who work careers or, pursue whatever their interests are and then decide later or mid in their career that they want to stay home when their kids become teens.
Yeah.
I've been thinking more in that standpoint of like, I mean, either way, being with your children as much as possible is always a good thing if that's something that you can do and manage.
Right.
But I've been thinking about it from the standpoint of from teens, and I'm just like, I feel like this is my own personal
Yeah.
opinion
Yeah.
that is equally important, or if not more important, because now they are more vocal. This is where they have the most impactful change in their lifetime.
Yeah.
And how you can, one part of that is too that they need to be transported everywhere more so
Right.
now than even what I feel like when we were at this age as kids. Like, I feel like all of our activities are in one place too. Like,
Yeah.
and it wasn't so far to go. Like, you didn't have to go all the way. Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
The town.
I always wondered, like, this is just kind of more of just a general question for parents that are stay at home or considering stay at home. Do you feel like it's, I don't want to say more impactful. I'm trying to find the correct way of saying it.
Beneficial.
Oh, huh?
Beneficial.
Yeah, I guess. Because I don't want it to make it seem like the other side is not beneficial
Right.
either.
Right. Right.
But from that lens, if you could choose a pinpoint of time for your child, would you pick staying at home early or late?
Yeah.
Just a hypothetical.
Right. That's a great question. And kind of same with Yana. Like these are just my thoughts, kind of on the spot. They could potentially change. These are not set in stone type of.
Right.
And also let me just say that, like it just really kind of piggybacking off what you said, at the end of the day, whatever you choose to do as a mother, as a woman, when it comes to raising your children, you do what's best for your child and for your family at the end of the day. I will say I know that here recently, since the beginning of the pandemic, like a lot of women have had to who were in the workforce had to kind of sacrifice their careers to a certain degree to whether it was their choice or not to have to have to stay at home to make sure that things were taken care of, and that a lot of that was not by
Sure.
choice.
Right.
I know some women have felt like, even though it wasn't by choice, like now they've kind of gotten into that routine and now they've decided for it to stay that way. But also, let me just say, I don't have a teenager, so I don't know. My children obviously are getting older and they're starting to kind of head in that direction. But I really honestly think it's really kind of like either or. I get what you're saying, like as far as if your kid, if being able to be there because their schedules are so crazy and also having, and I don't want to say more influence over there, but because you're around more, you're able to have a greater deal of, I mean, yeah, influence on them and their decision making or being able to still rear them.
Like in their
Yes.
state and things.
Yes. That yeah, that otherwise you may or may not, but could
Right.
potentially miss if you are working.
And this
Got it.
is not, again, I don't want this to be like a hit against
Yeah,
working
no.
moms because I
Right.
was indeed a working mom.
Well, and my thing is, you can still be a working mom and work from home
True that.
too. So that's all like it's not even about like if you're working versus not working. But if you're working from home or if you're at home, if you're a stay-at-home mom, I think there are some times where you are able to, like you said, catch things a lot earlier. But here's shade, but no shade. You could also be a stay-at-home mom and not be present in your kid's
This is true.
life.
This is true.
So just because you are staying at home or working from home does not always equate
So,
to you being present.
true.
Yeah. So I think it really depends on the parent and the parenting style. And I think that there are definitely some pluses to if you are at home or working from home and you're able to be around your child more frequently, I would say, or you know what I mean? Like you're able to be in the
Mhm.
world a lot more frequently and more readily available, I should say. In some instances, opposed to, if you're working a regular 9 to 5 away from home and there's just some things you're not able to tend to as quickly as you would or have access to your child like you would if you're staying at home. That's actually something that's really something I never thought about. That's a really great question. I mean, it's crazy because well, like I said, I don't have a teenager yet, but so I've worked for a little while they were little and I stayed at home
Mhm.
while they were little. I appreciated the fact that I was able to stay at home with them while they were little, really little. But also at a certain point, I was like, well, this really it has nothing to do with that. Because at a certain point, even though I was at home and they were home, I was like, okay, now, but now we've got to I had to push them. And that's just like early childhood stuff, like social, emotional type of stuff, having
Right.
social skills. Y'all need to be around other kids. I don't care if I'm at home or not. Like,
Right.
you just need to
No,
be around other
absolutely.
children and build those type of relationships. But I appreciate the time that I was able to do that. And now we like Jan and I both are working from home. I do have the freedom to be able to kind of pick up and go if
Mhm.
my child needs something or whatever. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's really up to the individual, the parent, whatever, when they choose. You post great. It's a great question. It's a difficult question to answer.
Yeah, it's a difficult question, and it really was just like I was just thinking about it one day, just like, I wonder what would if we took a poll, what would people in general like
Yeah.
pose it to any parent out there if you
Yeah.
could choose, you know, if you could have the choice to stay at home, would you feel more impactful for it being later in, when they're teen years or early in their developmental, like early stage years?
Yeah. I've also thought about I've had this thought of the impact of what it means for my girls once they're out of the house and how they would view me as being when the times when I was at home.
Mm,
And I'm saying from the standpoint of, okay, do they view me as just like, oh, my mom, like, okay, my mom worked for here, she taught, da da da, but also like she stayed at home
mm.
too. Like, how do they view me? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
No,
is
I get it.
their thought process on women working and how they view that? And do
Yes.
they view my role as less than?
No, because I would even say just from personal
Yeah.
experience. So my own mother, I think this is also what sparked that question for me
Okay.
because my mom started out actually in the school
Right.
education, and then she decided to kind of stay at home when we had my younger brother,
Yeah.
and she enjoyed being home, so she, you know, took her elements of education and started her own daycare, which
Right.
for her, it was still she basically was a working stay-at-home mom.
Right.
She stayed home, and one thing I enjoyed about that is that I think about those memories, I'm like, it was great having a parent
Mm,
greet you as soon as you got home,
okay.
and with my mom, she always had food ready, so
Come on.
I'm
Because
taking
one thing what your mama gonna do is gonna have some food.
and it was like a gathering place too for because like I would normally have like basketball or activities too, and no matter what time, like that was like a gathering spot for me and my friends. So she always had
Yes.
something for us, and I that is something that's a vivid memory. But also, I never seen it. I never looked at it from the lens of her being a stay at home mom, although that was kind of part of what she did. I
Right.
was looking at her like, oh, she did all that, and she was a business owner. Like she's run a business well over 20+ years.
Yeah.
Still, like I saw
Okay. So that's a different
relevant
vantage points. Okay. I like that. That's interesting. That's good.
that she made sacrifices, but she still did what fit. Like she didn't sacrifice in a standpoint of
Herself.
like herself because she enjoyed staying home, but she still fulfilled that component of still, but now she's owning her own business, but she still was there present at home too. So
Yeah.
just thinking about that, I didn't realize until I really started thinking about it the other day. I was like, I didn't give my mom enough credit from that standpoint of like how she managed all of that. And she was running a whole business and
Yes,
still
she
was
was.
like
Excuse me.
handling things from home.
No,
Like having that presence at home was definitely beneficial and impactful for me. Although I didn't
absolutely.
probably see it then or even until late stage of life, but it indirectly impacted me. And so I was
Yes.
thinking from the standpoint of from my own children, like having some type of insertion point, especially now that working from home is becoming more of a thing, which you're appreciative of. But
Yeah.
even then, working from home sometimes can be more of a struggle than working in office because as you said of I gotta not me, but some managers gotta feel like they don't basically it comes with lack of trust of their
Yeah.
ability to get the job done. And
Right.
that stresses people and makes people feel like they have to be, you know, glued to their computers
Yeah.
or working past time because now you don't people are not getting up to move around
Yeah.
or not eating or having a socialization period amongst their peers and stuff.
Right.
So they're stuck in the house and that can lead to more depression. So it's still that kind of up and down. It's like where's the balance of, working from home
Yeah.
or running a business or just being just a straight stay-at-home parent,
Right.
or being a hybrid of those, kind of what's a happy medium.
No,
And I guess that
definitely.
depends on the person too and your situation. But I just been thinking a lot about that a lot lately for myself,
Yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
And I was just and it kind of bled over to the question about
Question.
fire and staying at home. If you could choose, which one would you choose?
Yeah.
Early or late stage?
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, just, I mean, there's been freedom in being able to be at home
Mm,
for me,
right.
for me, for me. But I mean, you and I have talked about some stuff too. Every once in a while, thoughts start to creep into our minds. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that here in a second. But one thing I want to say, and then we can move on to that next thing. The one thing I did want to say that kind of really encouraged me too, what you were saying about your mom, which is a dream that an intentional kind of dream or not dream, but desire that I've always had. Me and my husband both have always had is to that our home would be that place for our kids, not only for them, but for their peers, that was
Mhm.
a safe space that they could be at home. So it's like, it's kind of selfish in a way too. It's like, so I know where you at. I know what
Right.
you
No, I
know who you're hanging out with. But you know what I mean? Like it's a safe space for our children, but it's also a safe space for their friends to come and be around. And I get to be selfish and have my children around me more because
right.
I know that there's going to come a day when they have to leave.
Mhm.
And when they leave, my husband's not going to let them come back in the house.
Go see
No.
like can we cross that bridge when we get there?
Please, can we? It's like counting down. So I am going to take full advantage of having my children around as much as possible, obviously without being a helicopter mom, but just to really being intentional and soaking all those moments and that time that I have and treasuring that time that I have with them. Because I know it has an expiration date, unfortunately. So yeah.
Yeah. And that makes me sad as we progress into these high school years because even just thinking about, man, she's already thinking about which this is a time you start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Just like from the parents' side, I'm like, man, we thinking about it's that time.
It's that time.
It's ACT,
Hey,
ABCD.
you are living in the alphabet soup. It's alphabet soup in there.
Oh, so I didn't mean for
No.
that to be a long drawn out thing. It was just a question that I was literally just thinking about yesterday, and I was like, vegetarian but I didn't. Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I ain't gonna hold you. I do not like off the wall questions, like where I'm like, man, because I don't want to say like if I haven't had time to sit and process the
right,
question, and then I feel like I end up saying something that doesn't make sense or is not the politically
right. You want to look
correct
back on it 10
thing.
years now, they become
Yeah.
like,
You
we got the recordings hearing of you saying this.
right.
One sound bite, like it ain't the whole conversation.
Did y'all
Like,
get the question that y'all had asked me though? Did y'all? Did y'all even play the whole thing? You didn't.
yeah, I think that's another thing too. Can we talk about that just for, I know we're going to share the topic, but that
Sure.
just
Yeah.
was one thing that I feel has bothered me a little bit lately is this standpoint. I know cancel culture is major right now. And I think that that has now, we were progressing to a standpoint where people are trying to become their authentic selves and really like speak their piece. And I'm not talking about the people that's real like out there and just
Right.
radical with their thoughts. But
Right.
for some people who's really trying to get to a point where they are becoming more of themselves,
Yeah.
that now I feel like that has become the cancel culture lately has become more of a silencer.
Yes. Absolutely.
And I feel like sometimes that has done more harm in cases than good because now it creates this additional avenue for there not to be healthy discussion. Like,
Hmm.
healthy discussion doesn't mean everybody agrees. It just means that we can facilitate opportunity for people to speak and to, have the opportunity to agree or disagree, but
Right.
also get their whatever their internal thoughts are in a way that is accepted and valued from the standpoint not what they say or what they
Right.
speak or what their belief is on, but the standpoint of let's tailor a conversation and talk through. Because I feel like now we've created this way of if it's something that we don't like or agree, we can't never have there's no room to have hard conversations anymore.
Yeah.
And you got to already kind of prepare what you want to say. And even when you do that, it's still something or someone's going to take it the wrong way
Yep.
or, change your words.
Yeah.
And it makes it to where you can't truly be who you are.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Excuse me. I think that what cancel culture and probably intended to be, but like you said, is not has not become and has become more of a silencer. But what cancel culture really should have been or should have become was accountability culture.
Yes.
Difference, right? Like
Yes.
you were stating, we don't allow people to, first of all, like, Jesus, if we all came out the womb just saying and knowing and believing what we perceive to be right and true from the beginning, I
Right.
mean, this would be a completely different world, right? But that's just not the case. And so for me to automatically assume that I come across you and have a conversation and automatically assume that me and you are on the same page about X, Y, and Z, I'm stupid. I feel like I have to look at myself and be like, I'm not going to assume that everybody I come across is going to think or believe the same thing that I do. And so then I've got to ask myself, well, how do I navigate that when I come across somebody that thinks differently than me? Well, as a human being, first of all, because we're always talking about like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just be kind and treat people like human beings and all those things. It was like, well, then I've got to recognize that that other person's individual, whether I agree with them or not, whether I detest what they're saying or not. At the end of the day, they're a human being. Now, I can choose to engage or I can keep it pushing. I can keep it scrolling. I don't have to address
Silence is a
anything.
powerful tool in your arsenal.
I'm telling you, here's the problem. Some of y'all being silent when you need to be speaking up, but that's another conversation. But silence is not always violence, okay? Sometimes we need to shut our mouths, okay? Uh, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like it's not worth having that conversation because in 5, 10 minutes or however many characters I got, I'm not going to change your mind.
Mm-mm.
Maybe slide in that person's direct messages, DMs, whatever y'all call it, and say, hey, I'd love to have a conversation with you about X, Y, and Z. And I'd like to know why you think this way, because here's how I'm thinking, right? If you want to go that route, if you want to have a discussion or a debate with somebody, then do it that way. But I think we just be getting all out of whack and out of sorts and be ready to be like, this person's da 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 da. This person's canceled for this and this and this. And be like, but honestly, ask yourself 5 years ago, did you possibly think the same way that you think now? Everybody is constantly changing and evolving constantly.
Mm.
If you're not, something's wrong. Personally, I think something's wrong. Something's wrong or you're dead. One of the two.
If I'm saying the same things I said in 7th grade, then
Come
something.
on. Come on. And so we do have to take into account, and I'm not that these things are, I'm never condoning these things, but we have to take into account people's environments, how they grown up, the things that they've been indoctrinated into. We have to take into account those things and not just give those people a pass. Never giving those people a pass. But I mean, we just kind of got to use your common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think yeah. And so in those moments when you feel like this person is cancelable, which is not a word, but worth canceling, really, is this an opportunity to hold somebody accountable for their words and for their actions? And you can call them out, but you ain't got to be nasty or rude either. You don't have to be. You can be matter of fact. You don't have to be all soft and cushiony, but there's a way to go about doing things. And yes, we want to hold people accountable. We want to hold people in high places accountable. People who have pedestals, we want to hold them accountable for the things that they say and for the things that they do. Absolutely. But sometimes we need to keep our mouths shut.
That's why I really advocate for. I wish there was a course starting in at least middle school relating to conflict management.
You should teach that course. Okay. Was that a segue? Was that a segue? I wasn't trying to segue at all.
Well, since we are saying something,
No, I wanted to get your thoughts on that like I feel like I talked a lot just now. No, your thoughts on that. Because your thoughts may not be my thoughts.
no, I agree. No, that's what I was saying. I think a big key thing that we all need, even as adults, that a lot of us probably wasn't taught or never really had to like navigate, I don't know, is true conflict resolution, conflict management. Like, I feel that every discussion doesn't have to be confrontational. The way you start is the way you finish. We need more conflict resolution and conflict management incorporated into some element of our lives. If that's education, that needs to be some kind of part of the core in education, and even like in, career side. I think that's a skill.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
that's something that we as a nation or the world can absolutely sharpen.
Ooh, Jesus,
I
clearly.
feel like we're going so far away from that. It's so divisive that it's hard to even bring up somewhat a slightly sensitive narrative that won't go left.
Right. Right. Exactly. And not only that, but we need to be teaching conflict resolution at home from the standpoint of, right, our household, we have specific certain beliefs about certain things, right? But also, and while we teach our children those things, and the two things, I do have certain expectations for my children, but to think that my children won't be influenced by other things when they leave from here, being delusional to think that. So what do we do here at home when we say, hey, these are things we believe. This is why we believe these things, and try to back up with evidence why we believe these things. But also, there are people that don't believe these same things. And you're going to come across people who may think A, B, and C. Now, what do you do when you come across people who think A, B, and C? Are we going to be rude and nasty to these people? Like, these are literally conversations I have with kids. Do we treat these people like this, and this? No, we do not. Do we say, I don't want to be your friend because this and this? No, we do not. Because a lot of times you're going to probably see probably a majority of people who are going to try to alienate that individual because they don't think or live the same way.
Right.
And so I'm not saying go be like, hey, let's all be family, but also show people respect. And
Respect, reception, and conflict resolution. Those 3 R's needs to be incorporated right now.
Right now, yesterday. Jesus, yesterday. Because it's foolish out here.
I would say reception and respect.
Reception, respect, and resolution, conflict resolution.
And reception.
Reception, yeah. Reception, respect.
Respect, resolution. Oh, I guess I did too. Girl.
I was like, I think I said. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Respect.
Yeah, respect.
Respect.
Speaking of respect, have you seen the movie?
I have not. I have no. I not even gonna. No, it was not because I was like Aretha. Like you kept saying, I was like Aretha Franklin, but I don't got nothing to say about it because I ain't seen the movie. I have not. Have you seen the movie?
No, you the movie buff. Yeah,
I know.
I expect you to see it before me.
I know. No, I haven't seen. I ain't had time, child. I'll figure it out at some point. I do want to see it. I heard that she gives a really great performance, and I've heard that Marlon Wayans actually gives a.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So I'm definitely excited and curious to see, so I can give you my feedbacks. I haven't seen a movie in a minute, actually.
We actually went on vacation and went to the movie. That was the first time going to movies. I felt like in like 2-3 years.
Really?
In like an actual
theater? Yeah.
And it was a dining room too with the recliners. I was like, I ain't gonna hold y'all because they wanted to see Boss Baby. That's what we went to see when we was on vacation. So yeah, that's
He was like, I'm gonna take a nap.
I'm taking a nap. Get my little phone, press my button. Feed me.
That is fact.
Fact. Yeah, that was.
That's fact. The last time I went to a movie theater was when, remember I called you and I was like, I went on your side of town and I did not even know. I was like, this little place existed.
Literally right down the street from me. And I can't count on one head how many times we have been up in there.
I had no idea anything like that existed. I was like, this
it's
so
a nice
cool.
theater.
Yeah. And of course, we had it to ourselves. So, well, not we, but,
Yeah, the group.
Yeah. So that was, I want to say that was the last time, probably first and last time, maybe. It's everything.
Just give me the movie theater pop.
Yes, because ain't nothing like it. I mean, even when you try to make it at home, it's not the same. I don't know what it is.
Right? With AMC sprinkling on that corn, but it's something different.
It is something different. It is something completely different. It's like I don't have to add no butter, no salt, or at least I'm that type. I don't add butter and salt, and I'll be happy. I'd be like this.
I heard you. Put a little dollop on there for me. Just a little dollop. That's where I'm put my head in, but you ain't got to drown it with butter. Give me a little bit and I can.
No, I didn't see some folks. They be like, woof.
Yeah.
Rich this, but how do you eat that
with your butter? They dip
right.
Dip it in the butter like it's nacho.
Girl. Now I'm like, next time I go to the movie theater, I'm getting popcorn, nachos, slush.
But look, I ain't gonna hold you because I thought about it. Remember, I forgot which episode we talked about going to. Have we ever went to the theater by ourselves before?
Yeah.
Never. I think I did one time for like a matinee. But I was like, you know what? That might be a little self-care date for myself one day. Drop them kids out to school.
Just did something here. Now what I'm like, do I have time to do that?
Just find me a good early enough film.
What time do most theaters open? 10 or 9?
I want to say 9:30.
Oh, okay.
I ain't even been that quite that early, but I watched the movie probably around like, I think around like 11, maybe the earliest. When
I
I
just
see the
don't.
45 show, I know you gotta kinda
I don't be wanting to push it
get
because
from
I
point
get
A to
that
point
that
B.
line, Lord,
No, I get it.
drop off line or pickup line. I was like, you know what, y'all food should have got up. We should have signed y'all up to ride the bus.
But man, thank you to all of our you haven't said this yet, but to all our educators,
Yeah,
administrators, faculty, staff, bus drivers. That's what I'm getting at. 'Cause
bus drivers.
when I say the blessing it was to put my freshman on the bus,
I know
I
that's
deal
right.
with that traffic.
Man,
That's a stress reliever in itself. Y'all do thankless work.
they really
Y'all
do.
want to make sure I thank you.
They really do. They really do. And I was gonna say, there's actually a pretty big shortage of bus
Yes.
drivers right now, like really, really bad. Because I know they were saying like last year they had implemented like restrictions and stuff on the bus where they would maybe have like 20 students on the bus. And now it's because there's such a shortage, it's like
Rich.
so 70
So
something kids. Yes. So thank a bus driver next time you see them.
yeah.
Next time you see a bus driver, definitely thank them for sure. So yes, thank you to all our educators, administrators, and all that. But most
So
importantly, you bus drivers.
told my daughter, I was like, ask your bus driver, did he drink Starbucks? I at least give him Starbucks. I'm tired. Just like something. Treat yourself.
Something. And actually, not only the bus drivers, the custodians,
Yeah.
and the lunch
Yeah.
the cafeteria staff. Let me tell you something. You ever teachers, people who know,
Oh, they slide you a little extra.
I'm just saying, like, those are the relationships that you want to build. And sometimes you be thinking, oh, let me get close to, you know what I'm saying, the principal, AP, super. No,
No.
bus drivers, the custodians, and the cafeteria staff. Those are your friends because they going to slide you a little extra stuff. They may come back down your hallway and clean up, throw up in your classroom when somebody else ain't. Like they will go above and beyond if
So
even
you
just
do the same.
speak it.
Just
Yeah,
yeah, just the
acknowledge
bare
that.
minimum. We've lost the art of just speaking and saying please and thank you.
Woo,
But I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole because that could be a whole nother conversation, just like the what's the name. And I know we got to get ready to wrap it up. But last thing on the top before we close out, just want to do a quick check in. Where are you right now? Well, you know where you are. We ain't have to know more. But like how are you settling in and how are you feeling? And
yeah, man. Listen, honestly, we're doing good. We really are. Somebody asked me that the other day, and I was like, I had one day like 2 weeks ago where I was like, I'm lonely. But I was just kind of like in a moment, you know what I'm saying, type of thing. I personally am doing good, and really my biggest focus right now has just been trying to get my kids adjusted and settled and into a good routine. And that's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make personally, but that's not off the agenda, right? Like I'm like, let me just give me a couple of weeks. Let me get these kids settled into a good routine. And then I can really kind of start to focus back on myself and get into the things that I really love to do and enjoy. And, somebody was like, have you met new people? And I was like, I two things, no new friends, but also I'm not opposed to obviously meeting new people, but also it's a pandemic and I don't know what y'all be doing out here.
true that.
So that's really my thoughts on that. But the people that I have encountered and met and had conversations with here have just been genuinely really, 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 really nice people. So I don't have any complaints there whatsoever. And we are just taking it one day at a time. Yeah,
Mhm.
really. We're taking it one day at a time and our table will get shaken again in like 2 months or so when we got to kind of make a transition again. But other than that,
But you found some treasures there too. You found a local Black woman
I
beauty.
did. Yes. Thank you for saying that. I sure did. Gigi Beauty Supply. I talk about a treasure. It is rare, number one, to find a beauty supply store in certain areas. It is all even more rare to find a Black owned beauty supply store. And I happened to run across a treasure that I found fairly newly opened. They may be a year old in a couple months, but Yes, GG Beauty Supply in, I don't know if I want to say, in Fort Mill, South Carolina. And it's, yeah, I've had the pleasure of being able to meet the owner, and they've got a good thing going on. So if you're in the area, make sure y'all go support them for sure.
Absolutely. This is not a plug at all. It's just
No.
really like really truly when she saw I was like, really? It was like finding, like the pot of gold.
Really?
And then I've been following them. They actually do regular Facebook and Instagram lives and they
Yep.
talk to because that one of the things I do like is that they feature other
Businesses. Yeah.
yes. And they they have a lot going on. Terry,
Yeah.
I need you to go and tap them and see if we can get them on the show.
I got you. I got you. I got
Hey,
you.
we can have them on, y'all. That's pressure Terry.
Yeah, no, no problem. I got y'all. I got y'all. I will make the connect for sure. We'll bring them on the show. Y'all want to see if y'all want to hear from them in season 6? Y'all let us know. If regardless if y'all want to or not, we're gonna get them in here.
Yeah, depending on what COVID do, I might just fly on out there. Come see, a little visual of the
Of
location.
their location. Absolutely. They've got a beautiful location and yeah, yes. Go check them out though. Like until we get them on the show, go check out GG Beauty Supply. They are on Instagram and Facebook for sure.
Do they ship?
They do that now. I don't know if I don't think they ship internationally. I think they certain products they do have maybe where you order and they may be able to ship out, but I think it's only like a few from my understanding. I have to double check. But they do have curbside pickup. So you can actually order and then just
Okay.
pull up and they'll bring it out to you. So they do have a $5 minimum. Was it five?
Oh, you've been shopping there for real?
I want to say it's either 5 or 10. It's one of them. It may be $10 minimum purchase. So just let y'all know. They got a nice little clearance section though too to help you if you only going in there for one thing and you need to, and then you hadn't quite reached the $10 minimum. But I just want to let y'all know they do have it as well. So, yes, I've been in there a couple of times, guys.
Okay. Nothing wrong with it. Support.
No, absolutely. Please, 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 please support. Definitely. I'm glad you
And
brought that up.
yeah, quick sidebar since we're talking about support, just wanted to say, we're definitely thinking about our Haitian brothers and sisters,
Yes.
as well as our Afghan brothers and sisters
Yes.
everywhere else in the world. But particularly right now for our Haitian brothers and sisters, we actually have former guests that are directly tied to our Haitian, and one in particular we actually connected with just the other day,
Yeah.
and followed up with her and her family, and her husband actually is from the area that is directly impacted, that had
Yeah.
the greatest impact where the earthquake took
Okay.
place.
Yeah.
So we are currently in the process of trying to organize something. We've made contact with. They have a good friend that is directly tied to that community, and they are organizing efforts for aid in the standpoint from like water, food, tents, and so we're trying to get that over to them,
Yeah. So
directly impact. I mean, directly aid those areas. Because don't get me wrong, you can give either way and support any way that you want. But for me, and Tyrion, I would think that
yeah.
you probably think the same way. My
Yeah.
husband and I, we're wanting to feel like we're doing something that goes directly to their hands. That
Yes.
was my thing. I'm trying to cut out the middleman or the person
Yeah.
give their proceeds before they give out. I want my things to go directly to a person and their needs right then and there. There's no time to
Absolutely.
wait. I want them to have a tent right now. I want them to have food right now. I want them to have water right now.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And they've just been dealt a 1-2 punch because they got
Yes.
hit by a tropical storm as well. So yeah, definitely, definitely. We want to make sure that we are providing resources and aid for them, like Yana said. So no, we won't be asking for any monetary aid or anything like that. Like she said, it'll be tangible resources, food, water, tents in particular that they are asking for. But we will get that information out to you as soon as we just
Get some things coordinated.
tie up
And
loose ends.
yes.
Yeah.
So stick close to our social. We'll definitely communicate there. And if timing wise, we'll try to do an update episode or something if y'all prefer that. But just definitely stay the closest is to stay connected with us social media wise. And of course, that's melanated combos at melanated combos.
Yeah.
But, you can still support in other ways. It doesn't always have to be from a monetary or physical standpoint. It can,
Yeah.
if you believe in the power of prayer, they can definitely use those. There's never an overload of prayer. So
That's
if you
right.
can really seriously take a moment of your day and just send good thoughts, well wishes,
Right.
whatever,
Meditations, whatever you do,
send them their way.
send it. As long as
Yeah.
it's good. Just send good stuff.
Yes. Yes, please. Only good. Only good.
Very good.
Well, what? You
No,
shaking your head?
no, I was saying like, no, like please only send good stuff.
Oh, yes. Emphasize.
Good.
I don't know what good means, though. The dictionary has.
And if you still don't comprehend, maybe it's best you just sit this one out.
Yes. But
Anyway,
in the Bible, all good things.
man, I'm telling you.
I know we got to wrap, but just quick update on me. Same thing. I'm in a season of just, it's been a real reflective time. I've been sat down a lot lately. Like from a physical standpoint, I've been immobile. Like I've had to kind of like, I haven't been able to like do anything until I've really literally sat still. So I had a period of stillness and now I'm in a period of action, so to speak. I'm jumping right to action, but now I'm still progressing to the action. So for me, it's been more so I'm in this space of just tired of negativity, tired of all the things surrounding that's being flashed on a daily and skewed to us, whether that's through news or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just now I haven't been really active on social media. I probably can tell like I've been kind of actually Terry and I both probably super MIA. And that has been for a reason. It's been more so taking a step away and getting unplugged from just the social from the standpoint of just it's one thing to just tap on your computer or your phone, but I'm really moving more to getting boots back on the ground. So I've just
Yeah.
been more getting acclimated within my community. There's a lot of work that needs to be done here, just in my community alone. And I'm tired of being the one, just standing idle. I recognize about myself that I have been, you know, complaining a lot and not really moving. So by my time of stillness and reflection, I realized it was time for me to move. So I've been, getting involved with things locally. Just joined an organization that does volunteer work throughout the year. So I'll be doing various different projects that allows me to really give back, but also to really affect change as it relates to people that look like me. I mean, change overall, but to be reflected that there's a voice advocating for my people too.
Yes.
So I'm doing more of that work and I don't know, there's a new chapter that may or not be beginning. I've been tapped in another way that I'm being feel like I'm being called into and I'm not going to lie, I'm struggling a little bit with that because this takes me from something this puts me into a space completely left from what I ever thought that I would be in.
Well,
And I'm just kind of just trying to trust the vision and it's shaking me a little bit because I'm a little scared because I've never thought that I would be in this particular area of this field. And so there's more to come on that. I'm taking the first steps there. I'm just being
yeah.
learning as I go.
Listen, let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you something. I just want to ask a question. You don't have to answer it. I just want to ask you a question. Did King David from the Bible, did David, who was a shepherd, little shepherd tending these flocks, did he ever envision himself, number one, ever slaying a dragon? The dragon, Jesus. Now I'm making a giant. Did he ever picture himself slaying a giant? More, and even less, I don't even think I said that right. But did he even imagine himself ever becoming king of a nation? So, a shepherd, the youngest of 12, a shepherd. that's
All right. Duly noted. Duly noted. So yeah, we'll see
no,
what the season brings.
yeah, no, I'm excited. Yeah, obviously, Yana and I have had several conversations just in general about, her journey here these last couple of months and this new season and the possibilities of things to come. And, I been inspired by her and how self-aware she is. And even when she feels like she kind of wants to fight certain things, allows room and space for those things to come into her life.
It's a little bit of room. I ain't gonna hold you.
It ain't got to be a little bit. That's okay. That's okay. But my point is just that definitely inspired by her. And, a lot of people don't know, and I'm not sharing anything specific, but I mean, obviously everybody knows we're family and that our family's been dealing with a lot of stuff here
Yeah.
lately too. And so a lot of heavy stuff. And so, not only just our own personal things with transitioning in life physically and emotionally and mentally and all those things. But our family has just been dealing with some 1-2 punches as well. And so just y'all think about us there once in a while. We run across your minds. Just keep our family lifted. In your thoughts.
We definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. And like I said, that's not to put our family situation out, but I did just
No.
solicit
I agree. No, I agree. I agree.
some stuff too. So I think some of that too has
Yes,
definitely
absolutely.
impacted
Absolutely.
our mood as well, just with how many
And our mental.
and our mental definitely even from I think from the standpoint of how we've been interacting socially as well. So yeah,
Well, that's where we are, guys. We just wanted to kind of just have a little moment of, yeah, I told y'all when y'all get us, you just never know where you're going to get. Like, honestly, we didn't have no like outline or topics.
nothing.
That's really just talking. So hopefully when y'all listen back on this, that there's some level of structure there. But
Bethany, help us out. We sorry if we gave you a super long episode today.
but you know, we can't never be short to the point.
Never make it 2 parts if you need to for your vacation.
That actually might work. But no, again, we just want to thank you guys as always for supporting us, rocking with us, lifting us up, sharing us with your friends and your family, and lifting the women that we bring on the show. We hear you and we appreciate you tapping into the many people that we bring on and just
Yeah.
sticking with us this so long. So that's never something that we overlook. We always are appreciative. And I want to make that known.
Yep, ditto. I'll have nothing else to say. That I ditto what Yana said. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with us this long.
All right.
Betsy,
If there ain't nothing else to say,
nothing else.
until next time.
Melanate on that.
Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our chat today. Keep the conversation going by heading to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leaving us a review.
Have a story of your own to share? Email us at info@melanatedconversations.com or connect with us on social media at Melanated Conversations. Till next time, keep raising your voice.